What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be learning the song Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. Real quick before we get into it, I would like to ask that if you find this guitar tutorial helpful, that you please consider subscribing. That would really mean the world to me. Now let's get into it. You were watching Logan's Lessons. Let's start with the verse. The verse starts with an F major chord. To play an F major chord, you're going to place your third finger on the third fret of your A string. Your pinky right below that on the third fret of your D string, your middle finger on the second fret of your G, and your first finger on the first fret of your B string. The verse is going to be completely all just down, 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 strumming pattern. For the F major chord, we do a down strum 12 times, like this. Just like that. Now notice, I'm both muting with my right hand, just palm muting in between strums. My hand comes down and mutes there. And also, my hand over here lifts up off of the strings. It's still, I'm not taking my hand off completely. I'm still touching the strings to mute them, but I'm not pushing down anymore in between strums. So you have. Just like that. So after you play that F chord 12 times, you then go to an E minor 7 chord. To play an E minor 7, it's really simple. You're just going to take your middle finger and place it on the second fret of your A string. This one only gets 2 strums. Then we go to an A major. To play an A major, you have 2 options. My preferred method is by barring across the second fret of your D, G, and B strings while letting the A string ring out. So you use a bar there with your index finger. Or some people prefer to do it this way, where they put their index finger on the second fret of your D string, your middle finger on the second fret of your G, and your third finger on the second fret of your B string. This chord also gets 2 down strums. Okay, so we have F 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. E minor 7 twice. 1, 2 to A twice. Do that with me. We get to a D minor chord. To play a D minor chord, you're going to place your middle finger on the second fret of your G string, your third finger on the third fret of your B string, and your index finger on the first fret of your high E string. This one gets 4 down strums, so D minor 4 times. So far in context, we have. Do that with me. Okay, so right here we go to a G major chord. To play a G major, we're going to take our middle finger and place it on the third fret of our low E string. Our first finger is going to be on the second fret of the A. Way down here we have our third finger on the third fret of our B string, and our pinky on the third fret of our high E string. This one also gets strummed 4 times. So we have F, E minor 7, A, D minor, G. Then we go to an E minor chord. The E minor chord's very similar to the E minor 7 we did earlier. We just also include our third finger on the second fret of the D string. That's in addition to your middle finger being on the second fret of your A string, by the way. Also, strum this one 4 times. Okay, so we have F, E minor 7, A, D minor, G, E minor. Then we go to an A major again, and you do that one 4 times. Okay, so F, E minor 7, A, D minor, G, E minor, A. That's what we have so far. Right after that A, which again, I'll say one more time, you strum the A 4 times. You then go to a B flat. To play a B flat major chord, you're going to place your index finger on the first fret of your A string, and your third finger bars across the third fret of your D, G, and B strings. And don't you know, it's a beautiful new day is B flat over C. So you have the B flat 4 times, then you go to B flat over C. To play B flat over C, we're going to take our middle finger and place it on the third fret of our A string. That's the C note. Then you're going to take your third finger and place it on the third fret of your G string. And your pinky right below that on the third fret of your B. You also strum that 4 times. Okay, so we have so far F, E minor 7, A, D minor, G, E minor, A, it's B flat over C, and then we go back to an F major chord 4 times, and then a B flat over C, and that is the whole chord progression. I'll reiterate all of that one more time. F happens 12 times, okay? E minor 7 twice, A also twice, D minor 4 times, G major 4 times, E minor 4 times, A 4 times, to B flat 4 times, B flat over C 4 times, F 4 times, B flat over C. Again, that's F, E minor 7, A, D minor, to G, E minor, A, B flat over C, F, B flat over C. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Try that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do that with me. Great, so in the first verse, it'll do that whole chord progression twice. Now, backing it up a little bit, we have an intro. The intro is really simple. You're just going to be playing the F major chord, and the F major chord actually happens 32 times for the intro, okay? I count to 8 4 times. That's how I know how to get there. I'm not going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on and so forth. It gets kind of like a mouthful in your brain. But F major chord, 32 times for the intro, okay? And that leads you into the verse where the F then plays 12 more times, and you get my point. Now let's learn the chorus. The chorus starts on a D minor chord. And you're gonna play this D minor chord 8 times. The strumming pattern is the same as the verse, by the way. It's all down strums. So you have D minor 8 times. Okay? That leads you into a B flat major 7. To play a B flat major 7, we're going to place our first finger on the first fret of your A string, your third finger on the third fret of your D string, your middle finger on the second fret of your G, and your pinky on the third fret of your B string. This one gets played 4 times. So we have Then we go to an A minor chord. To play an A minor chord, we're going to place our middle finger on the second fret of our D string, our third finger on the second fret of our G string, and our first finger on the first fret of our B string. Also strum that one 4 times. So we have D minor again, B flat major 7, A minor, and then we get to a G minor chord. To play a G minor chord, we're going to bar our index finger across all of the strings on the third fret. Okay? Then our third finger gets placed on the 5th fret of our A string. And right below that, our pinky on the 5th fret of the D. Also strum that one 4 times. So we have a D minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, B flat major 7, A minor, G minor. Do that with me. And then we go to an F major chord. Also strummed 4 times, which we learned the F major chord earlier. So we have D minor, B flat major 7, A minor, G minor, F major. Then we have an E flat chord. Now the E flat is unique. It's just like a D major chord if you know it, but we slide it up 1 fret. So our first finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of our G string, our 3rd finger on the 4th fret of our B string, and our middle finger on the 3rd fret of our high E. Now we're not going to strum the D string. Do not strum the D string. That will sound disgusting. We're just strumming the top 3 strings for this chord, okay? That's 4 times through, okay? And then we go to a B flat. Also 4 times. So we have a D minor again, B flat major 7, A minor, G minor, F, E flat, B flat. Now in the first intro, that happens twice. You go through that entire chord progression twice. And then after all of that, we have this little tag, and we're going to call it the tag because different choruses in the song have different lengths. But this tag is just a B flat over C, and it happens 8 times. And that leads you back into the verse chord progression. So if I play the first chorus into the verse chord progression for you, it'll sound like this. And so on and so forth, okay? Do that with me. So right there after that chorus, we are playing the verse chord progression, but for the first time through that verse chord progression, it's a solo instead of singing, but you should still play the same thing. And then the second time you play through it, it's words over it. You do not play it 3 times, it's just twice through the verse chord progression, just like you did in the first verse. Again, it's just that a solo plays over the first half of it, okay? Then we get into another chorus, and then we're into a bridge. This bridge is very similar to a verse. We are still playing F major, E minor 7, A, D minor, G, E minor, A, to B flat. And here's where it changes. We're going to the B flat over C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that B flat over C, we go to a D flat, which is like your D major chord, down a fret. So you have your first finger on the 1st fret of your G string, your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of your B string, and your middle finger on the 1st fret of your high E. Play that 4 times to your E flat chord that we did in the chorus. And that leads you into the chorus. So the only thing that changes in the bridge, I'm calling this a bridge, it's like a verse with just the ending being different. So you have the F, E minor 7, A, D minor, G, E minor, A, B flat over C, D flat, E flat. So that drops us into our final chorus, which is different in that it plays through the chord progression 4 times. And after you've done it 4 times, that last time, we're going D minor, B flat major 7, A minor, G minor, F, and right here we strum out the E flat, B flat, and then we have an F major chord. Okay, so that's the 4th time through. And that is how you play Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. If you have a song request, comment it down below or DM me on Insta. If you wish to be notified of future videos, hit the bell. I sincerely hope that you are well. Please do me a favor and hit that like button blue. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe too. I hope this video has been a blessing. You've been watching Logan's Lessons.